Zone 2 song. Check. Let's get this party started. Still got my ride summary from the last time on my computer here. Time to move on. Another day, another 90-minute ride. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Now that's a low heart rate. Can't imagine it will stay there for long. You never know. Heart rate shot right up there. Was keeping it under 90 BPM for about 90 seconds. Figured if I was just quiet and tried to be nice and calm. Was curious to see how long it would stay that low. and chilly here in the studio. I don't run the heat in here, so it's maybe low 60s in here. It's low 50s outside, so. But man, I got my fan set up right next to this window. Nice cool air. I almost wish I was riding outside, but it's a Thursday. It's mid-morning. The roads are busy. And I'm gonna have plenty of time to ride outdoors on Sunday. I think I'm gonna shoot for 90 miles outdoors on Sunday. Whew. Hey, what's up, Big Ring? Good day. Good day, good day. Nice to see you again, and I'm just getting started on this one. 90-minute ride. Training session number 2 today. Had a nice strength session this morning. Some more deadlifts. Some Bulgarian split squats. Some farmer's carry. Gorilla row. Shoulder taps. I think that was everything. Took me about 55 minutes to get it all done. Then I had a nice breakfast burrito. Had my coffee a little bit late. Got ready to hop on the bike. And here we are. Man, I had nightmares last night about being back in the military. Ooh. Nothing too dramatic, but like, I was dreaming that I was back in like boot camp basically. And I sort of went through the first week of it in my dream. And I wanted out. I was like, in the dream I was like arguing with a drill instructor about how I had made a mistake and how I had already done 5 years, and I thought I wanted to go through boot camp again, but I told him I missed my son. So it was kind of, yeah, it was kind of a weird dream. I woke up pretty darn grateful that it was just a dream. Part of me kind of misses the military, but I mean, there's no question that I'm glad that I'm out of the military currently. I'm not jealous of active duty service members right now. I mean, I say it was a dream. I don't think it was quite a nightmare. It wasn't quite a nightmare. Because in the dream, part of me had been excited to be back at boot camp. So I think it was like in my dream, I sort of changed my mind. So it went from being fun to being less than fun. I mean, it was a gentle nightmare, let's put it that way. A gentle one. Trying to keep the effort under control today. Not going crazy. Time in the saddle. Time here on YouTube. Quality time in the aero position like this. 92 cadence feels good right now. Nice and smooth. The boot camp in my dreams was very different than the boot camp in my memory, so it's kind of an adventure. I was really stressed out about packing for some reason. I was like, I need to pack. I guess if I thought I was leaving, I was all stressed out about packing. Also, there was some other kid in the dream that was asking me if boot camp was gonna get harder. And I was like, absolutely, it's gonna get a lot worse. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years. And I went to Paris Island for boot camp. 2004, so basically wartime Marine Corps for 5 years. 5 years of that was enough. Felt like 10 years. Yeah, even though I never did any actual combat deployment, I was in a unit that was rotating about 800 Marines and sailors back and forth from combat. So I was close enough to the stove without having to touch it. I got out 2009, so it's been a minute. It's actually pretty surprising I didn't ever get a deployment. The Marine Corps tried to send me on deployment a couple times and it just never worked out. So it wasn't for lack of trying. Marine Corps couldn't get out of its own way when it came to getting me a deployment under my belt in my first 5 years. I think if I would have stayed in, it would have been, well, if I had stayed in and also not deployed, it would have been hard for me to pick up Staff Sergeant. Especially if I was competing against people that had combat deployments under their belt. I don't know. I think it would have been really hard to have been promoted regularly if I had stayed in. Yeah, being in right now would, yeah, it's a different time for sure. I'm sure it's still fun to be a Marine though, no matter what. It was definitely a fun job. I got to do things that I'll certainly never ever get a chance to do again in my life. Like be on an aircraft carrier out in the middle of the ocean, or throwing live grenades in freezing temperatures with hands you can't feel. I remember like holding this hand grenade and my hands were so cold that I couldn't even feel it, like pulling the pin out. Couldn't like feel it with my fingers. It's kind of surreal. I also got to work as a marksmanship instructor, so I spent a lot of time on the range. A lot of early mornings and late afternoons picking up all the brass. I can distinctly remember being very hungover on many occasions, handing out live ammunition at 5:15 in the morning. Just sort of grinding it out, you know, it's like there's like one adult there. I mean, we're all 19, 20 years old. And you know what? Never had a single safety incident out there on the range. Nothing even close. I never had to tackle anybody. Being a coach, marksmanship coach, was great. I also got to qualify with the, since I was supposed to be able to coach and teach people how to shoot the sidearm, the Beretta, I got to qualify with it, which there's not a lot of MOSs or roles in the Marine Corps where you get to qualify with that sidearm if you're not a staff NCO or an officer. So I got to do one training exercise where everybody else was carrying around their rifles, and I was able to talk to the armorer and get mine swapped out for the Beretta. I felt like a badass. I was like, yep, I ain't gotta worry about sleeping with my rifle anymore. And of course it was fun to shoot on the range. I used to get to shoot a lot more often. Most Marines come to the range twice a year, once a year, and I would go for 2 weeks at a time, every couple weeks. So I spent a lot of time there. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds like some secret squirrel stuff. I had clearance to do cool stuff, but I never did any cool stuff. I did a lot of training. Then got out and went to college. I thought I would go back in, but life had different plans. Curious about JTF2. This sounds like a very badass Canadian thing. I'd like to learn about. One thing I do like to do is watch interviews with other Marines from the same era that I was in. It really fascinates me to hear stories from other people's perspectives. There's a lot of content like that out there on YouTube, so I can't listen to it too much though. Sometimes it'll get me in a weird mood if I listen to it all afternoon or whatever. All right, average cadence so far sitting at 91. Average power 180. Technically already averaging in the zone 2 power range. Ooh, 181 average now. Not bad. Good question, Big Ring Bubba. I have in the description of today's video, I have the type of trainer I'm on listed there. It's the Garmin TACX Neo 3M with the TACX Alpine front rising system. So the front of the trainer tilts up and down. It's hard to see on the camera, but if you look, it's getting steeper right now as I'm riding up this hill. I'm not having to shift any gears because my power is being driven by ERG mode right now, so I'm just using set resistance. But the front moves up and down, and it's a good workout. I tell you what, like, have to use your core, especially when this thing starts going downhill. Plus, if you're doing really long training rides like I am, like over 4 hours, having the front end move a little bit the whole time is really helpful. Not only does it go up and down, but it also has about 10 degrees of freedom for turning. So you combine that with the rest of the trainer being able to move back and forward, and you just have this super dynamic, it just reacts to your body and moves. Similar to when you're riding on the road. It's not quite the same, but it's better than like fixed stationary training setups, which I've used for years. So this is the fanciest trainer I've ever used. Still haven't paid for it yet. I put it on a credit card. Woo. Okay. I think that the motion, it makes a huge difference if you want to be doing rides over like 90 minutes. I feel like that is where the movement really comes in. And that's where the value really is, in my opinion. I mean, for me, my personal situation, you know, I am a stay-at-home triathlete. I have some long-term 10, 12-year goals in the Ironman distance racing. So I felt like dropping this much money on a trainer at this point in my journey, it felt like an investment. Like, rather than get some fancy new wheels or some new shifting components, or figure throw down some cash on the trainer. Yeah, so far it's a good decision. I'm gonna try and put together a nice review of this system now that I've put it through its paces. Oh yeah, that's encouraging for you to look back on it and say it was a good investment. It gives me hope. Going up, 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 up this hill. Keeping the cadence under control. Average power 187. Average cadence 91. Average heart rate 134. Yeah, COVID Zwift. There's a lot of action. I've still never tried any other platform besides Zwift. Never tried Ruby, never tried full gas. I always thought full gas was a really awkward name for a bike platform. Like, I don't know. Full gas. This sounds like an uncomfortable bike ride with farting. Starting to sweat. Means it's time to get some salt. Salty. Got plenty of liquid calories on board today. Fueling with Crank Sports E-Fuel. Not even halfway up this climb. Whew. Hey, another cyclist. Might catch him. Steep, steep, steep. The course I'm getting ready to race at Ironman Texas it's got some rolling hills, but they're basically highway overpass ramps, and they're not too bad. I don't have to prepare for any like serious elevation gain on race day. One of the reasons why it made so much sense for me to try to target Ironman Texas again. Hopefully it's early in the season to avoid heat. Yeah, I mean, if you're, right now it certainly isn't hot out. If you're referring to Ironman Texas though, like, it's shifted like 2 weeks earlier than last year. And I can remember being like 2 weeks out from the race last year, and the weather was amazing. Like mid-60s and sunny. It wasn't quite humid, but by the time April 26th rolled around or whatever, it was pretty humid. So they shifted it, I believe it's 2 weeks, at least 1 week earlier. I'll take it. Oh yeah. Oh cool. Hello, hello. Yeah, man. Hello, hello. Our friend from Zwift here. I hope you're having a wonderful ride. I'm about 30 minutes into my 90-minute zone 2 set today. So just cruising, you know, being able to chat and talk, I think is a good indicator that, you know, you're in the right training zone. So I enjoy having these chats, keeping an eye on my heart rate, keeping that cadence up. What kind of a ride are you on today? If that's you in front of us, I see that green color, indicating a zone 3 effort. Wow. Summertime Ironman race. Is that somewhere in, oh wow, maybe Canada, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's some amazing races in Canada. I've heard of Penticton. And I trained someone for a race. It was a half Ironman race they did. I think it was on an island, or it was like a Canadian sort of vacation spot. Cannot remember off the top of my head. But yeah, Ottawa. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Well, our friend from YouTube is riding at a nice pace there. Might be a little bit faster than I am today. Don't even get me started on my body weight. I've been gaining weight and I haven't updated my Zwift profile. So I've never done any type of racing. I don't do anything competitive on here, so it hasn't really been part of my routine to weigh myself before hitting on. But all right, you're just doing a bit of training too? Hell yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, fortunately the athlete I was helping had a really rough day. I believe they had a stomach bug, and I believe they decided to pull out at some point. Either they pulled out or they like they kind of walked it in, and they had given up halfway through the race at some point. I wasn't there. I don't know if there's anything I could have done, but I mean, if you're throwing up the day before your race, I do remember that being part of the problem. So very lumpy. Yeah, see, I'm down here in Houston where there ain't no lumps at all. Like, if you want lumps, you got to drive 2.5 hours. So there is a really fun race around here that I've done plenty of times that has some hills. It's up in Montgomery. It's called the IRONMAN Triathlon. Fantastic event. Yeah, Ironman Texas is done primarily on this big 22-mile stretch of road. It's a toll road, so it's like a 3-lane highway. And what they do is they close the entire southbound direction, and they make it an outbound lane for the bikes, a safety lane for the middle for safety vehicles, and a return lane for the bikes. So you get the whole highway. The whole highway is closed. And it's surreal, yo. It feels so weird to be riding your bike on the highway like that, but I like it because, well, for one, it's out and back twice. So you kind of get to do it once and then do it again. And the second time is kind of, I don't know, something about breaking it in half like that helped me. And also, typically the headwind is on the way out. So once you turn around, traditionally you're gonna have a tailwind pushing you. So it's really nice because the second time you turn around, you're like 85 miles in. And yeah, you've been fighting a headwind at that point for probably about 90 minutes. And then you get to turn around and just sort of, you fly. Because the wind picks up. The wind gets stronger throughout the morning. So you get like a really strong tailwind on the way back. And that happens, like I said, right around mile 80, which, I mean, that's where I've had some trouble in the past at Ironman Florida. Around mile 80, I started to question my life choices quite a bit. Had some moments of weakness. So for me personally, getting that little boost of the tailwind made it a lot better. And then once you get off the hardy, it's like a short, like 6 miles back to the race site, but you do like 20 miles before you get on the highway at the beginning of the course. So that's the other thing that's nice. When you're halfway through the toll road section, you're more than halfway through the entire bike course, if that makes sense. So there's just little details like that that kind of help, or at least it's helping me visualize the kind of performance that I want to have. All right, getting a little excited. Watch the heart rate. Yeah, too bad. You're right, I do not get to coast downhill. ERG mode will make sure of that. Nah, same effort here. Whee! All right, less than an hour to ride. I don't know if we're gonna make this big loop, this course, I don't know. I thought 90 minutes would be enough. I think our friend from YouTube, or our friend from Zwift, I think has moved on. But that was cool. That's the first time. Yeah, that was Steven Bradley. Shout out Steven. Thank you for saying hi. Yeah, that's why I put live on YouTube on my, it's cool that Zwift lets me do that. I've always thought the odd cyclist might see that and check it out. Get to make a quick introduction. What's up, my name is Sean. This is my YouTube channel where we talk about Ironman training and make fun music projects. That's what I do around here. I'm considering doing Ironman Texas a third time as well already. Just getting into a routine of doing one a year is something I'm curious to try. So this one coming up will be my second one in a year, and see how I feel. What's up, Alan? Happy Friday. Is it Friday? No. It's Thursday. Nice try. Or unless you're in the future. Thanks for stopping in. About halfway through. Average power 196, average cadence 91. It's always Friday somewhere. So true. It's high noon somewhere. It's your Friday. Yeah, hell yeah. Happy Friday, Alan. I'm not here to correct you. Oh my goodness. Took a long time to get up to the top of this thing. I don't know why I thought it would be a lot shorter. Oh, snap. Getting fired up for your race. All right. That's exciting. 10-mile speed effort. That sounds like a good half an hour or less, maybe, depending on the route. And now we're finally going down. What the hell was that? Must be my son. Messing around in the backyard. Kiddo's home from school again. Heart rate's increasing, but it's still in zone 2 for me. Good ride so far. Oh my goodness. I thought we were all done going up. What is this? Come on. It's gotta be near the top. Man, people are flying up this hill. Whew. There's always another hill, yeah. Hell yeah, this song has my pet parakeets in it. Collaborated with my birds. I gotta do some more collaborations with these birds, man. Clydesdale strong, baby. Clydesdale strong. I've gained about 30 pounds in a year. It's kind of alarming. I'm like slower but stronger. It's kind of a weird, it's a weird feeling. But slower and stronger is literally what I feel like I need to do to get ready for Ironman Texas. Last year, I flew through the swim and the bike and then completely fell apart in transition. Like, I could barely walk starting that marathon last year. I just felt super weak. So my goal is to show up this year and just be stronger. Physically, mentally, just more prepared for the demands of the day. I think that is the path to a PR for me. Whew. And then after that, like, if I want to race again, I think at that point, I don't think bigger and slower is going to be the path for next year. I think if I can get a good race under my belt, I think the goal would be to try to go faster in the next year. But I can't get too caught up about that. You see how I feel on the finish line. Get back into what now? Strength training. Don't get me started. Oh my gosh, you got hit by a car? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, hold on. Whew. So steep. Couldn't quite read your comment there. Oh, and also you had a kid. Wow. Oh my gosh. What an experience. Hey, I appreciate you sharing that here, dude. I respect that you felt comfortable enough to share that, and that is a lot. And I can see how you'd be hungry, you know, to return. Never forget when my wife told me she was pregnant. She was heading out to go to a conference, and like the taxi cab was upstairs. She was gonna get a ride to the airport, and she just told me, and it's like, well, we're pregnant. And then she's like, sorry, I gotta go. So she woke me up, told me she was pregnant, and then got into a taxi and left. Then she came back in about a week. April Fool's Day, haha. Nice. That's funny, my wife's birthday is April Fool's Day. Woo! Gonna roll down this hill a little more. Hop off to use the restroom shortly. Wow. Tore your PCL, oh my God. I'm very fortunate to have never been hit by a car on my bike before. I've had plenty of close calls, but my coach got hit, man. His wife got to go to Ironman World Championship in Kona. So they went out together. He brought his bike, and man, he got hit by a car. Like the first morning. I was so bummed to hear about that. Just coasting for a second. I didn't. Sorry, ERG mode. I've angered it. Just gotta stop pedaling every once in a while. Whew. And down. You hear my dog barking out there. Wow. You guys hear my parakeets, hear the dog. Like Dr. Doolittle over here. Control the breathing, control the heart rate. Here we go. Drop that heart rate down. Deep breaths in. Full exhale. There we go. Bring that heart rate right back down. Look at that. Dropped the heart rate by about 7 BPM without changing my power output. It's just the mentality. It's so important. What you're thinking about can make such a big difference. I mean, I can get caught up in power numbers and miles per hour all I want. The most important numbers on race day are going to be elapsed time and average heart rate. Time and heart rate. Those are going to be the biggest factors. Cool. Tour de Zwift Ultimate Challenge sounds like it will not be easy. I think Zwift recognizes that a lot of its users enjoy working hard. You know, we're not here to ride on the bike just to sort of say we did it. I'm here to work. I'm here to build the machine. To build an engine. There goes the heart rate. Getting fired up. See, now I'm thinking about building an engine. My heart rate goes flying up. I have to think about how the wind feels nice and cool on my chest. I have to take deep breaths. Try to relax. I hope you get a chance to get on the bike tonight, Bubba. All right, I'm gonna stop. 55-minute mark. Bathroom break, pit stop. Nah, I'm gonna go 5 more minutes. I'm okay. I got this, 5 more minutes is fine. Then we'll take a pit stop. Appreciate you tuning in today. Almost an hour through it. Average power sitting at 199, average cadence sitting at 91. Average heart rate, a low 139. But spending time a little bit more elevated in the last 10 minutes. My body, I feel like I'm tired, but I also feel like I want to work a little harder right now. But my heart rate is right where it should be. So it's kind of a weird, it's like purgatory. Trying to hold back and relax. Riding the tri-bike on gravel is hardcore. Fortunately, I don't feel it. I've gotten lots of comments in real life for riding my tri-bike in various scenarios. And man, people are haters, dude. They can't be haters, yo. I was riding on the sidewalk. It's part of a running path network, so there's cyclists and runners on there all the time. I'm riding over it nice and easy, up on the hoods like this. I'm not in my time trial position. Soft pedaling, upright and alert. And I got a guy coming up on my rear, sort of announced himself, and as he was passing me, he goes, "Really, bro? A tri-bike on the sidewalk?" I'm like, all right. It looked like he was riding like a $10,000 gravel bike. So he got that little word in and passed me pretty quick. I mean, he didn't slow down to chat. Like, he sort of gave me the hard pass. And then I see he takes a turn on the road where I'm heading to, and he's like, I don't know, football field away from me. I get down on my tri-bars, I start pedaling, and I'm like, man, I don't know if he thought he was just gonna pass me and just keep going, but I caught up to him pretty quick, right? I'm sitting here, my time trial position, and as I passed him, I was like, nice bike, bro. Kept it very positive. I can't imagine rolling up on somebody and criticizing them. Complete stranger. Like, come on. Woo! Fun times. You know, I get this question a lot. I get this question a lot about my HR. My current zone 2, as calculated from an FTP test, is 148 to 160. I had an average of 185 for 20 minutes and a max of 191. So my average heart rate for the ride sitting at 140. which is definitely zone 2 for me. And yeah, 150 is a little on the high side of what I'm shooting for today, but technically is in my calculated zone 2 range. Now, there are a lot of ways to calculate those zones, and I'm just going off of my most recent 20-minute FTP test. I did a best effort for 20 minutes, took the average heart rate, percentage of that gives me my zone. All right, quick bathroom break. Great question though, I appreciate you hopping in the comments. Usnim 14596. And if you'd like to share anything about your heart rate zone, I'm always interested to hear about it. Whew, who knows, man? I might take another FTP test and drop that average heart rate. It might be that my zones are currently too high. I just turned 40, so I understand that my heart rate could start to sort of drift downwards, but I gotta take a quick restroom stop. Give me one moment. Website, starting a website, and one of the things I might be fun to put on there on my website would just be to keep all of my current, training zones for running and cycling, swimming. Just keep it updated there on my website, and then I could tell anyone that is interested. I could say, yo, if you go look at my website, I've got all my current zone testing data, include the date of my test, just be like super transparent about it. I think that would be pretty cool. All right, less than 30 minutes to go. Appreciate you tuning in to TriVibes TV today. Sitting at 3 likes, good stuff. Average power for the ride, 200. Average cadence so far, 91. Average heart rate, 140. Good deal. Another thing about the heart rate, I'm finding it pretty easy to have conversation in the 140s, but for sure it's more difficult when I'm in the 150s. And that's a little bit of a misalignment, because that could be a pretty big indicator that my heart rate zones are too high, if you think about it. Because I should be able to talk comfortably. So yeah, that is why I am not forcing myself to get that heart rate up into that 148 zone, and I'm counting this sort of high zone 1 average as zone 2. Basically just kind of erring on the side of easier efforts on the days that I'm doing my zone 2 work. So that's been my approach. And it feels good. Like, I'm very happy at 210 watts, 137 heart rate. It's gonna go up because I'm talking about it, but like, this feels manageable. I don't think I'm gonna do another FTP test between now and Ironman Texas. I just feel like I already know what I have to do. I am, however, interested in taking one after Ironman Texas, because I think I'm going to try to focus on a couple of local sprint triathlon races for the remainder of the year. And I mean, I'm averaging around 300 watts for most sprint triathlon distances, and I really want to get that up. I go to sleep at night dreaming about how fast my average speed would be if I could just average like 325 or 335. I think I could break 25 miles an hour on some of these courses, which would be fantastic. I mean, get off the bike, run low 7s, and probably a shoo-in for top 10 if I could really bike that fast. So I'm gonna shift my attention to the higher effort stuff after Ironman Texas is done. For now, like, this is exactly the type of effort I want to put out on race day. Low 140s, low 210s. I guess it would be money on race day all day. I could possibly break 5.5 hours at this effort. So this is the jam right here, baby. Do this for 5.5 hours. That would be incredible. My time last year was 5:35. But I was completely smashed when I got off my bike. I was just falling apart. I'm even considering doing some pit stops this year, stopping to use the bathroom rather than trying to go while I'm rolling, because that was a nightmare last year. I kept slowing down and trying to pee, and I just couldn't get it. Couldn't get my body to do it. I had to basically slow to a stop. I wasted so much time trying to pee. I definitely could have just stopped at the aid station, hopped off, less than a minute on the bike. I think that's gonna be my approach this year. Give myself a maximum of, like, say two pit stops. I got off my bike once at Ironman Florida, and I never got off my bike last year at Ironman Texas. I was really proud of that, how I didn't have to get off or stop, because that was the first time I'd ever gone that far without stopping. So, like, I was really proud of that, but the big picture, the way that I felt after that bike ride, I was just in no place to go and run a marathon. Yeah, I think the race is almost sold out too. I think Ironman Texas has less than 100 spots available. I already signed up in August, so I'm good. Hell yeah. This song is called the Shimmy Slide. I made this one with my son, just goofing around one day. My headband has turned into a weird hat. Feeling good. This Sunday, looking to do 90 miles on the road. I did 80 miles last weekend here on Zwift, and pretty sure I'm going to be able to get out on the road this weekend. I'm not going to go 8 miles in 20 minutes, so I don't think we're going to finish this course today. I'm not really interested in riding more than 90 minutes. Although it is kind of tempting. Nah, this is why I don't coach myself. Tell the mother guy it's a swing and a miss. Yes, yeah, the song freeway, always sinking to the highway best. Yeah. I gotta find some real rappers, yo. I would love to find some other triathlon rappers. I mean, that's why I got into the triathlon in the first place 12 years ago, man. That's why anyone gets into triathlon, right? So they can kickstart their rap career in their 40s. I mean, that's why I do it. I am only half kidding. But I appreciate you tuning in today to TriVibes TV, keeping me a little company here while I try and be as comfortable as I can on my bike for another 20 minutes. Down and then up. Whee! Average cadence sitting at 91. Average power at 202. Average heart rate 140. Finishing up this last bottle of e-fuel. Hell yeah, weird Zwift chat. What's up, Anti-Red? I'm in a good zone for chatting. Another 6 minutes right here. And then we're gonna do a cool down. And that'll be the end of the training day. Did a 1 hour strength training session this morning. Then we got 90 minutes on the bike. Well, I had 90 minutes on the bike. Now I've got about 16 minutes on the bike. Man, that's too bad. Did he have to sell it? Dude, that'd be wild if there were physical stores, virtual stores you could go to in Watopia and buy some weird kit. Maybe they could hide them somewhere. Zone 2 was not a thing in the 90s. I 100% believe that. I was born in '85, so I wasn't doing anything too athletic in the 90s. Eventually I got into track and field. I was actually a shot putter. Yeah, Watopia is not gentrified yet. Yet. Yeah, I didn't get into endurance sports until I was out of the Marine Corps. I got out of the Marine Corps in 2009, gained a bunch of weight, and then I injured myself trying to lose the weight by running every day. Started swimming, started riding a bike, signed up for a triathlon at a local bike shop on a whim, and the rest is history. I signed my wife up too, we both did it. And then from that point we both went on to complete a half Ironman back in 2012, 2013. And then after I moved here to Texas in 2017, started training again. 2019 I quit my job, started working as a retail associate at a shop that sold bikes and shoes and triathlon accessories. And then from there I became a triathlon coach. And now I've evolved into my final form, which is the full-time stay-at-home triathlete. And my wife is happily working away at NASA. So she's working on Artemis, I'm working on Ironman Texas. We're a good team. Today was your rest. Man, I appreciate it. I got the long hair. See? Party, baby. Woo! I'm supposed to have a rest day tomorrow, but I moved my swim. I just didn't have time to go to the pool this morning, so I'm gonna swim tomorrow. I could have done a swim first thing this morning, then a strength session, and then 90-minute bike like this, but man, that's a little too much even for a self-proclaimed full-time stay-at-home triathlete. Plus, I'm not very good at taking days off anyway, so I'd rather swim in the morning tomorrow anyway. To be clear, I am not coaching myself. I am a coach, but I am not coaching myself. I have a great mentor and coach via the Powerhouse Patriots Foundation, which supports veterans in endurance sports, so I've got a lot of help with coaching and training. That is very nice of you, Anti-Red. Nice to meet you today. And speaking of weird Zwift chat, have you ever paid attention to the clouds in Zwift? Because I feel like there's stuff hidden in the clouds sometimes, but I could just be crowing crazy. Yeah, right? How do I have the time? Yeah. Bro, I spent years stressing about trying to find some kind of part-time job. But after my experience at Ironman Texas last year, I was like, man, I want to do this. Like, I want this. And right now, my kiddo's in elementary school. It just makes sense, man. I never planned to end up like this. But, I mean, I make a little bit of income as a coach. But, I mean, we're talking less than $4 grand. I barely made enough last year to pay for this trainer. Spirit animal in the clouds. Yes, that's true. You start getting some visual hallucinations going on. Woo! Made it to the cool down. Doesn't feel like a cool down though. Nothing like a good zone 4 interval. I did 10 minutes in zone 4 on Tuesday, 3:15 or 3:10, and then I did 5-minute zone 5 at 3:55 for 5 minutes. Oh, that was a tough one. I'm dropping the power target down. I'm supposed to be cooling down right now. My heart rate's shooting up. Thinking about those intervals from the other day. This is cool down time. Gotta be strict about this. Here we go. There we go. 3 months sober? Oh my goodness. Zwift is saving your life. That is powerful stuff. Red, I hope that you are on your way to recovery, and thank you for sharing that. I mean, I think exercise, physical health and mental health can really play off each other big time. That's a lot to celebrate. All right, now it feels like a cool down. 175 watts. Man, it's tempting to go to the end of this route, but I'm hungry. I am hungry. And I've already done this route before, so it's not like I'm missing out on any experience points or whatever. Great ride today. Looking forward to 90 miles on the road on Sunday. 90 miles or 4.5 hours. Whatever comes first. That's what it says on my training plan. So if I'm cruising more than 20 miles an hour, I'll hit 90 miles. If it's a windy day and I'm going slower, I'll probably get somewhere around 85. Either way, it should be at least 80 miles on Sunday. And then the run on Sunday is a 3 mile, so basically a 5K. But I'm gonna do it's basically gonna be like pretending like I'm running the first 3 miles of a marathon. So I'm not gonna be getting off the bike and trying to run fast. I'm gonna try to ride nice and easy for 90 miles and then see if I can have an enjoyable brick run, nice and easy on Sunday. So big training weekend coming up. Have 11-mile run on Saturday and then the big bike and run on Sunday. I'll be back in the pool tomorrow morning for another 3,200 yards. But yeah, 10 weeks to go. 10 weeks till Ironman Texas. I post weekly training vlog, 15-minute videos every Monday where I talk through all the training sessions day by day. So if anyone's interested in getting a little insight into how an age grouper trains for an Ironman with a full-time training schedule, that is all there for you. When am I gonna Zwift next time? So that's really nice of you. I try to have somewhat of a regular schedule. I believe that the next time I'm gonna be on Zwift will be Tuesday next week, because my next ride is on Sunday, and that's the one that I'm talking about right now that I'm hoping to do outdoors. So if for some reason I have a mechanical issue where I can't get on the road, or if the weather takes a turn, or if there's something going on that's gonna keep me indoors, I will be here on Zwift on Sunday for probably about 4.5, 5 hours. So either maybe on Sunday, like a 10% chance, and then like 90% chance that I'll be back on Tuesday next week. Usually I'm Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, typically starting around 9 a.m. Central, maybe a little later, 9:30. And then Sundays, starting somewhere between 6:30 and 7 a.m. That's the closest thing I have to a set schedule right now. But yeah, always welcome to join on my training rides. I think there's ways to actually ride together too, but I don't know too much about that, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Whew. 3 more minutes. I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna make some fried eggs. Maybe like 4 fried eggs. The group rides on Zwift are pretty easy to set up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I believe what I'd prefer to do would be to try to connect offline and figure out how to do all that when I'm not broadcasting live. And then once I sort of know how it works, I'd be happy to do some of it live. For sure. I just want to avoid trying to figure it out while I'm live. I've done enough of that in my day. Trying to troubleshoot stuff while I'm live. I don't know. I'm not a fan. But, woo! Average power 199, average cadence 91, average heart rate 140. Loving it. Final 90 seconds. Somehow this 150 watts feels harder than the 210 did. I don't know if that's just discomfort setting in, or if I'm just eager to get off, if I'm hungry, but I swear this right now is the hardest part of this 90-minute ride, is riding this 145 watts. I don't know what it is. I think it's that there's less pressure going onto the pedals, and so my butt is just like feeling heavier on the saddle because I don't have the resistance to push against. Weird. Weird. All right. Nice to meet you, Auntie Red. I wish you the best of luck with all the stuff that you're focusing on right now. "20 seconds. This is the hardest part of the ride. Why? 5, 4, 3, 2. Get me off this thing. Jane, stop this crazy thing. Oh, mission accomplished. Oh, I will enjoy those eggs, Big Ring. Thank you. Awesome to hang out with you today. Good stuff. What say you, Garmin? Garmin says, maintaining. Thanks, Garmin. That was a base level activity, training mode of 3.3. Added me on companion, very nice. Thank you, Auntie Red. Consider subscribing here on YouTube if you'd like to get, I think you can hit the little bell, and I think that way you'll get notifications. Really good stuff. No run today. Just the strength session and the bike. I'll take it. I did some deadlifts this morning, so my legs are kind of feel they're a little squishy, and kind of feels like sort of painful marshmallows back here. Got some painful marshmallows in my glutes. All right. Woo! Go ahead and end the ride. Take a look at the little stats. The little, what is it, like a summary screen? Yeah, progress report. Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna hit that weekly goal today, or this week. If I do my ride outside on Sunday, I won't hit it. Oh well. Hey, thank you so much for checking this out today. Appreciate you hanging out here with me. Nice to meet you, Auntie Red. Always fun to hang out, Big Ring Bubba. Shout out to our friend, Yusnim14596, asking the hard-hitting questions about heart rate today. Shout out to Alan, of course. Always happy to see Alan. He is probably racing his butt off right now. And then also got a shout out Stephen Bradley, our other friend that hopped on to the comment section here after we ran into them on the road. Either way, a very fun 90-minute stream today, and I will see y'all again next time. Take care, have a good rest of your day, and thanks again for checking out TriVibes TV today.